know what you want from me. I know what you need from me. I know what you want from me. I know.
Specific Person channel. I'm your host SP, and I've designed this channel to help you guys become what is specifically required to obtain everything that is personally desired. Now, this is part 5, the last video in my series, Getting and Keeping Your SP. Now, make sure to click on the links. I don't know if they're popping up right now, or go to the playlist and check out the previous 4 installments of Getting and Keeping Your SP. Now, this is number 5. This is the last one here, and really, I just want to tell you guys with this one is that you have to convince yourself before the world is convinced. So you have to convince yourself before the 3D is convinced. You know, you have to live in that delusional state as the people that aren't in the know of manifesting would perceive it as. You know, you have to fully convince yourself that you're in this relationship and things are going well and you guys are in it for the long term. You have that perfect relationship with your specific person. You have to be fully convinced. You have to live in the delusional state until you get to that conclusion of you guys in that state that you envision, that you affirm, that you live in the state of assumption for. You have to be there. And you have to stay there as consistently as possible. Constantly be in that state. And I don't mean like every day you have to wake up and you look over to the empty side of your bed and you just try to pretend that they're there. I mean, you can do that off and on, but what I'm saying is from a feeling state. You have to convince yourself that you're already there. So let's say that I want to be a contestant winner on some show or win some prize in some sweepstakes, right? I would have to convince myself that it's already done. And I'll have to live in the state that it's already done. Even though it's not showing up in the 3D, it's not giving me any evidence of this thing being a fact. I have to know it's a fact first before it will be a fact, because it's like they already tell you, creation is done. So if things are already created, the specific person, that you're affirming for, they already exist. It's not like there's somebody that has to be made out somewhere, they're not in existence right now. No, they already exist. And chances are, if you're watching this video, Getting and Keeping Your SP, you're either getting hot and cold behavior or things cooled down between you guys broke up. But ultimately, this person. And you've had some sort of relationship with this person previously. So with that being said, creation is already done, meaning that this perfect or healthy, loving relationship that you desire with this specific person is already a thing, an alternate reality. So what you have to do is be delusional in the sense that you're living in that other reality. Mentally, you're living in the other reality. Like if somebody is in prison and they say, okay, I'll let the time serve me. I didn't serve the time. And they go more in their mind than in their reality. Yeah, sure, they're in a 4x6 or they're locked up behind bars, but mentally they're free. And they stay in the mental freedom until they physically become free. So it's the same thing. You have to stay in that state of you're already in that loving relationship. The person is already yours. You guys are already building a solid foundation. You guys are already engaging in a loving union. And the more you convince yourself that, the more you stay convinced, the quicker it'll happen, man. And the lighter you will feel, and the less pressure or the less arduous the task of manifesting will feel. Because oftentimes we get burnt out and we seek coaching because we feel like it's not working because we're too busy paying attention to what's going on in the 3D instead of what's going on inside of us. Instead of knowing that we attract what we are, not what we want. So in order to fully have this thing manifest fast and keep it, you have to convince yourself. Because when you convince yourself, you not only are convincing yourself, you're changing yourself at the same time. So the more you stay in that delusional state, as people want to call it, the more you change to match that frequency, or that's the version of yourself that lives in that other alternate realm or that delusional realm, you know? So you have to know that. And I keep saying delusion because it's not a bad word when you look at it from a different perception. You know, when you perceive it differently, it's not a bad word. It's just different. So you have to realize that in order to bring about anything, you gotta have it here first, have it here first. You can't have it outside of you first. Because think about every invention that was ever conceived. It started inside. It didn't start outside, you know? Like everything that you're using, this camera I'm talking through to you guys right now, this drink I'm drinking, you know, this desk, this hawk figure, you know, these mugs, everything started in here. So stay in that state, inside, internally. You stay in that state until the state becomes you. Once the state becomes you, then the world will start to reflect it and show it. So until next time, guys, like I always tell you, keep loving your heart, peace on your path. And if you need to be reminded, make sure to go back through this playlist again and, you know, and go through it as many times as possible until you fully soak up everything that I discussed in these 5 videos. So, all right, guys, till next time, peace.